All right, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm basically going to be getting in here on this C55 and replacing the lower control arm. Um, the uh, the whole control arm on it ain't bad. It's just the outer ball joint, but they say that you can replace just the ball joint out here, but I ordered my parts over there off a FCP Eero, and it was just as easy to go ahead and just replace the whole arm. Uh, just because you really don't have to take it in to anybody to press out the old ball joint and press in the new one. But but yeah, if you're new to the channel, this is my 2005 C55 AMG. We've owned the car now for about 4 years. Been pretty reliable, honestly. It's got a little bit of front end damage, as you can see here. I happened to hit a bird and cracked the headlight there, busted the emblem out of the grill, and before all of that happened, I happened to hit a raccoon, and it messed up that front bumper pretty good. But I do have a appointment to get this thing in the body shop and get the front end of this car totally fixed. Just kind of waiting on parts to come in for that. But for now, I need to replace that lower control arm. It doesn't really have anything to do with the accident over here. It's just that ball joint has kind of been on its way out now for a little while, but now it's time to get in there and replace it. So if you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing, and yeah, hope you enjoy the video. All right, I got it jacked up and set up on stands there, but one thing you want to do that just kind of makes it a little easier is if you get in there and you turn the wheels to the side. It just really makes it a lot easier to get in here to the bolts, which on replacing this lower control arm, it's really only 2 bolts. It is that one right there and that one right there. And from going through and looking to see what kind of wrenches I would need and everything like that, I was actually kind of surprised. These bolts in here and the nuts they're not metric. I actually had to go digging through a lot of my tools to find something, but that 13/16 right there comes the closest to fitting on these bolts, on that bolt there and the one out here where the actual ball joint is. But I tried to get a 21 on there, and it was a lot looser than that, and a 20 just wouldn't even go over the head. So yeah, you'll want to look into getting at least the 13/16 to be able to do this job if you don't have one. And I would recommend at least getting a wrench and possibly a socket. You'll need a wrench to be able to get onto that. I'm pretty sure, because I don't think you can get a socket in there to be able to get that nut out. So yeah, basically, I'll go ahead and just kind of get you guys set up here to see basically what I'm going to do, and yeah, just kind of go from there. Okay, so basically what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to loosen up this inner part of the control arm, and then I'll get out here on the outside of the control arm where the ball joint is, and basically I'll start getting that taken out. All right, now that took forever just using a wrench to get that nut out of there, I'll show you basically the easiest way to get that ball joint separated from the knuckle is to use this tool right here. It's just a ball joint separator, and you just basically kind of get it in between the ball joint and the knuckle down here on the bottom, and you get that other arm up over the top of the bolt that comes through, and then you just run this bolt here up into it, and it'll press that out. But this one here is probably gonna be a little bit hard to get it in there. I'm not 100% for sure, but I'll need to I might have to get a hammer and kind of knock it in there, because it's really not wanting to slide. So yeah, I'll get that figured out, and we'll kind of go from there. Okay, now that I got that tool in there, I think I'll be able to get it basically backed out. So yeah, we'll see what happens here. There it went. Just as easy as that. You might what might make this just a little bit easier, if you got this tool and you get it up in there and you get a little pressure on that joint, you can kind of, well, I don't know if you can get in here. Yeah, you might be able to get in there and just kind of hit that part of the knuckle there with a hammer, just to kind of break it free a little bit easier, just so that you ain't putting so much stress on your tool. But yeah, that's that right there is pretty well freed up, and now I just need to get that bolt out right there, and I think we'll be good to go. Okay, one thing up here on this bolt back here, I'm not 100% for sure, but I think a lot of these can go in multiple ways basically, and if you don't get them put back in the same way, it could throw your alignment off, because this is basically how you adjust the camber on one of these cars. Okay, I don't know if you can see that on the end of the bolt there. You've got two slotted portions of it that are kind of offside of the center of the bolt. And now I'll show you whenever I get the control arm out, just exactly how those kind of go up in there. And yeah, if you could see those notches clear back down in there, if you get those slots in that bolt set up on one of those notches, that will basically adjust your camber. And yeah, you just kind of want to make sure that whenever you're putting the new control arm in, that you put that bolt back into the same way that you pulled it out. That's the best way that I can explain it. All right, now that I've got that bolt put in there in the correct way, I can get out here and we can get this bolted up and put the ball joint into the knuckle, and should be good to go. Okay, one thing out here, whenever you're going to tighten up this outer ball joint, the bolt that actually runs up and down through the knuckle here, if that bolt wants to spin while you're trying to tighten that up, you might have to come out with a hammer and just kind of tap up on that arm to keep that bolt from spinning. And yeah, hopefully if that bolt's spinning on you, that should get it to stop. All right, well, there we have it. The new control arm put in, all of that. And one thing I was noticing while I was filming, those sway bar links, the boots are torn on it. So yeah, I'm gonna have to get out here and probably. All right, well, before my phone overheated and basically shut off during recording, I was talking about the sway bar links, and those are going to have to be replaced on both sides of the car, but everything went back together pretty well. I've actually had it out and drove it, and it seems to drive pretty good. Doesn't pull or do the vibrations like what it was doing. But as you can tell by the front here, I've actually hit a raccoon and a pheasant with it. The pheasant came up here and cracked that headlight right there, busted out the grill, and the raccoon took out basically the bumper down here. But that's all in good. That's why I have full coverage on it. So tomorrow morning, the thing is going to go off to the body shop. And yeah, I think that's pretty much for this video. If you made it this far, you know, I really appreciate it, and I'd just like to thank all of my new subscribers for subscribing, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.